So far on Unbreakable's super fit skier Angus has led the field.
Cross the line, come on!
Yes!
But endurance athlete Barnaby is hot on his heels. Despite occasional success, rugby player Matt has trailed the front runners, but has had the edge over the veterans Fraser and Dave, leaving fitness coach Carla to bring up the rear.
This is an absolute nightmare for me, complete nightmare.
It's week 4, and explorer Benedict Allen has summoned the 6 remaining Unbreakables to one of the least hospitable regions in the world. Their location is North Africa, the Arabic Kingdom of Morocco, but more specifically the western stretch of desert hell.
Welcome to the Sahara. Take a good look around you. No shade, just an endless sea of rock and sand.
Larger than Australia, hotter than any region on the planet, temperatures exceed 120 degrees over 3.5 million square miles of sand, sand, and more sand.
Out here, you face merciless heat and terrifying sandstorms.
After a 1,000-mile trek through the Gobi Desert and 3 months alone in the Namib Desert, Benedict knows how unforgiving this environment can be.
On your own, you're gonna die in a matter of hours, but you're not alone. Follow me.
Not alone, but they'll soon wish they were. Each week, Benedict enlists the aid of an expert to push the Unbreakables to the limit, and they're about to meet a soldier who specialises in forging an unbreakable human spirit. Unfortunately for them, he crushes it first.
Posez le sac!
Hunor Grey-Alaza is a lieutenant in the most feared and revered fighting force on Earth, the French Foreign Legion. A master in pushing men to their limits, Hunor will draw on the might of the Sahara to punish the Unbreakables physically,
Hey, Fraser, hurry up!
mentally, and brutally. Oh, and he mostly speaks French.
Hey, dépêchez-vous là! 30 secondes!
And rebel Barnaby is about to discover that this is not un pique-nique.
Barnaby race!
Oui, monsieur.
I say, yes, sir!
Yes, sir.
You speak English or you don't speak English, or you speak French or you don't speak French.
I speak English.
You talk like a girl.
Opera-singing endurance runner Barnaby sings like a canary and runs like a train, but his mouth runs even faster.
Anybody not enjoying it?
Yeah.
I'm not interested. Come and tell me.
No. I have no wish to do this. I wish we were doing some sort of physical challenge.
Come on! Let's go!
But he may have met his match in Hunor.
Go là. Vas-y en position là, derrière là. Vas-y. C'est parti en position. Vas-y, pompe. Vas-y, commence, vas-y. En avant là!
Barnaby's just the kind of pint-sized rebel the Legion relishes cutting down to size. The question is, will he learn his lesson over the next few days?
Debout! Vas-y, continue là, habille-toi là. Droite! En avant, marche! Trois, quatre, un.
Under the rules of Unbreakables, a competitor will be broken if they refuse to complete a challenge or if they injure themselves and cannot continue. The Unbreakables have no idea what's waiting at the other end. But at least Hunor's speaking English.
Hey, you are not listening! Left! Right! Left!
I find him quite scary. I'm scared of him.
Do you speak English? Left!
I think the boys may be slightly too, but they would never admit it. They'd never admit it.
Quatre, un, deux, trois.
I think the Unbreakables are in shock, really, that they can't take in this environment. It's so alien to everything they're used to. If they don't start listening and obeying the rules of the Foreign Legion, they are going to fall apart. They're going to be picked apart, not by the Legion itself, but by the environment that the Legion understands, and that is this pitiless desert.
Un, deux, 3, 4.
It's a pace that kills very, very quickly.
And after 2 hours without let-up, the Unbreakables are about to learn that the hard way.
The French Foreign Legion has a way of preparing you for the worst that your enemies can do to you.
We're gonna have an exercise, like you've been captured and the wars. Make a trench here just in front of you, as long you are, okay?
Dig a trench isn't quite accurate.
Another!
What the Unbreakables don't know is they're digging their own graves. Coming up, the Unbreakables are in it up to their necks. And has the desert destroyed top dog Angus?
His body tissues are beginning to suffer. His brain, his skin, sick as a dog, really.
Explorer Benedict Allen has summoned 6 remaining Unbreakables to Morocco for their toughest challenge yet. The baking Sahara Desert. Athletes at the top of their fields, here to face the host from hell.
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir.
You talk like a girl.
Foreign Legion Lieutenant Hunor Grealaza.
Hey!
A brutal 2-hour march has acquainted them with the Sahara. But the Unbreakables are about to get a much closer look.
Okay, everyone, take off your turbans and put in your pocket. And we're gonna bury you until here.
Being buried alive by the Sahara is a typical Legion exercise to test a soldier's resolve if they're captured and interrogated. Not many last 30 minutes. Anyone who fails to survive that long will be broken and sent home.
Could you just put it by my chin, please, the glass? Just there. No?
If you want to touch,
Yeah.
you have your hands and you can think.
I actually get a very long tongue. I
It's
could
easy.
probably.
It's a nice sound.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's another glass here. Like,
Look.
yeah. Mm.
Never one to miss a good party, Benedict's volunteered to join in. And the drinks are on him. Literally.
Does sound good.
The desert surface area can reach over 170 degrees, dangerously close to the boiling point of water, and more importantly, the boiling point of blood.
I felt my heart rate really elevated and I felt my temperature really sky high. I felt like I'd really gone up since we first went in.
With nowhere for sweat to escape, a human's core body temperature rises rapidly along with their pulse, while severe heat stroke can cause mental confusion and visual or auditory hallucinations.
Someone said to me to try and find a safe place.
How are you feeling, Carla? Can you look at me? Look up.
Dr. Fee Ramsden closely monitors the Unbreakables for signs of danger.
Do you feel like you need to get out?
My heart is really racing.
Okay, your temperature's pretty high. It's 39.2, okay?
I feel sick, so I'm gonna have to get out.
Anyone who fails to last 30 minutes will be broken and sent home. But in the intense heat, the Unbreakables have lost all sense of time.
So you've been buried in the sand for 50 minutes.
50 minutes?
Sakala has been entombed for almost an hour. She remains unbreakable. The 5 men have no idea that they've been buried for 57 minutes. Anything more than an hour could be life-threatening, and Dave is next to crack.
Okay, what happened? You don't feel good? Okay. Fiona. Okay. Fiona, water, please. Okay.
You alright? Breathe easy, Dave.
Former professional boxer Dave is no stranger to a daunting challenge, but his career failed to go the distance in the ring.
My boxing career, in reality, finished the night I got destroyed live on TV in front of all my mates. I boxed again, but I think the mental scars never really went away.
Damaged but not defeated, he sees Unbreakables as a shot at redemption.
I really want to prove that I'm a winner to the people that used to doubt me, used to knock me when I was boxing. If I can prove to them that I am a winner, that'll give me a huge sense of satisfaction.
Dave is as tough as they come, but he knows his limitations and is in no doubt that he needs to use his head.
I'm 41 now, it's got to be said that I'm physically past my prime. However, I'm going to have the edge mentally over certainly my younger competitors, purely and simply because I've had more life experience.
Dave doesn't look like he's got the edge over his younger rivals at the moment.
My priority is to get through it all, live to fight another day.
44-year-old Fraser, on the other hand, is determined to beat 20-somethings Matt, Angus and Barnaby, who along with mentor Benedict have been buried for 59 minutes.
I reckon I could fry an egg in your head, Fraser.
Yeah, egg, bacon and sausages.
Having seen the state of Dave, Dr. Fee Ramsden is understandably concerned for their physical and mental health.
Can you count backwards from 100 for me in sevens? 100.
193, 86.
72.
36.
No one wants to show weakness, but as their ordeal passes the hour mark, even Hunor decides things have gone far enough.
This is the end. You can stand up. Come on, guys.
For once, it's Barnaby who follows orders, but their ordeal in the sand has left the other men confused and paranoid.
I'm not moving.
They're convinced this is another Foreign Legion mind game.
Is it a trick?
No, it's not a trick.
Someone can dig me out, but I'm not getting up out of this cave.
1 hour and 4 minutes after they were buried in the Sahara, Hunor decides enough is enough. The final three have been pushed to their limits, as has Benedict. But one of them has been pushed even further.
Okay, Angus?
To the shock of the Unbreakables, the current frontrunner is in big trouble.
My concern, Angus, with you is that you just were continuing to vomit.
You'd probably benefit from this point by having some fluid into your vein.
Angus is suffering from heat exhaustion.
His body tissues are beginning to suffer, and that includes his brain, his skin, all his internal organs. Sick as a dog, really.
Angus has led the field throughout the Unbreakables challenge. A professional ski racer, he's super fit and fiercely competitive.
It's like a fire that burns, you know? It's not... I don't think it's because I've got any skeletons in my closet or anything like that. It's just the way I'm made up.
And that burning desire has left Angus in a highly vulnerable position.
Look up. Look down.
2 hours later, the skier is off his drip and on his feet. But will this former frontrunner ever be the same again?
Been a pretty hellish afternoon, actually. Kind of ill. It's been emotional at the moment.
All his life, Angus has surrounded himself with like-minded people, winners and champions. And now, whenever he competes, at the front of his mind is his late great friend, former world rally champion, Colin McRae.
Colin McRae was a really good friend of mine, and sportingly was amazing. Just sheer natural talent, and anything with an engine or wheels or skis, he could do it. And just a good lad as well, just a good one of the guys, you know. Me and my brother and the McRaes and that, we used to always have a laugh together, and we're all missing him a lot.
Like McRae, Angus competes at full throttle and with the same patriotic drive as his lost friend and hero.
He used to fly the flag for Scotland pretty strongly, so I think he'd like to see me doing the same thing, actually. Definitely can take a lot of inspiration from Colin McRae, yeah.
It's been the toughest opening day of any Unbreakable challenge. And night promises to be just as hard.
You're gonna stay overnight here. You have everything over there, what you need.
The Unbreakables must sleep exposed in the Sahara Desert, though sleep might be stretching the truth.
It's all well and good this, but we're sleeping on a
Yeah,
hill.
but we've slept in worse places. Look at Norway.
Their camp will consist of 3 lookout posts at the top of a dune, each manned by a pair of Unbreakables who will take turns to rest and to look out for overnight enemies.
Oh, we need to keep going, keep pushing it in.
It's not unusual for Foreign Legion recruits to be drilled for 36 hours or more without sleep. And what the Unbreakables don't know is that Huno's planning an overnight raid. To stay awake half the night after such a brutal day, they'll need all the nourishment they can get. But their evening meal is a challenge in itself.
There's pitifully little food out here in the desert, and sometimes you've got to rely on the local people to provide that food. People like the Berber. Their staple meat is the goat, and that's what you're going to eat tonight. But you've got to be able to prepare the goat the Berber way.
The Berber way isn't far removed from traditional Western farming. But despite the Unbreakables' numerous trials, as the Berber tribesman slits the animal's throat, it's a commonplace humane slaughter that proves one of their toughest challenges to face.
Looks brutal, but this is the reality of life in the desert, and it's reality everywhere. Just that here things are made plain.
Still weakened from his heat exhaustion, Angus can't control himself.
All my hard work getting all that fluid back into you.
Unbelievable.
And Carla can't contain herself.
I just think it's unnecessary, personally.
We all need to kill things to eat. It's a terrible thing, but that is life. You have been eating the same food day after day.
I understand that and I know that, but, you know, I just don't like seeing it.
You say it's unnecessary. It is necessary.
It's just horrible. I'm going to go vegan after this.
Top man.
Thank you.
It's awful.
I don't feel hungry at all. In fact, I feel quite sick.
And Carla isn't the only one. Angus has been pushed to the brink today.
Do you want to go to bed now? Just get away from it. We'll bring you food. I'll bring you food up shortly.
Well into the 4th week of their challenge, the group's pecking order is never far from the minds of the Unbreakables. And with frontrunner Angus flat out in the desert, Matt has a tricky question for Carla.
Don't take this in a harsh way.
No.
But how do you feel when, like, you're at the back quite often? And
I feel that this is about me and the challenge. This isn't about me versus you guys. I'm the only girl left now. So how can I possibly even, outlift what you lift? If there was like a group of like 5 or 6 girls, I'd be focusing on trying to compete.
Really?
That's a different story. Yes, it's different. I'm a bloody girl, a woman. I'd want to be the strongest female. Well, in my eyes, I'm the only female, so therefore I am the strongest, aren't I?
You're here. Yeah.
Exactly. So what's the point getting my knickers in a twist about it? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
No, definitely, yeah.
I'm bloody elite.
Yeah.
It's 3 a.m. The Unbreakables have orders to keep an all-night lookout. Huna and Benedict set out to test their defences.
Now is gonna be the hardest time, that's right. To stay awake, they've been awake about 5 hours, and let's see if they still awake or not.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
I guess they're gonna sleep. So do I.
First stop, Carla and Barnaby. They're both asleep. Hunoz takes the opportunity to relieve them of their water bottle and rucksack, then wakes the sleeping sentries to point out their mistake.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Fuck. We were sleeping so
Didn't even hear you.
At Lookout Post 2, Angus and Fraser are far more alert. About to change guard, they're both awake.
Angus and Fraser have spotted us.
It pays to be vigilant, doesn't it, you know?
Yeah.
And we thought everyone was doing the same thing.
But at the third lookout post, Matt and Dave's only deterrent is stereophonic snoring. Rather than let sleeping giants lie, Hunoz wakes Matt to deliver some good news.
Why are you laughing? Because you just have earned a pity for tomorrow morning. It's great exercise in the morning. It's great.
Coming up, punished for sleeping on the job, Foreign Legion style.
Hey, stop yelling!
Barnaby gets the hump.
Bloody dragging a camel.
And the race from hell.
If I run up this hill too much, I'm literally going to drop dead, and this isn't the place you want to do that.
Desert veteran Benedict Allen has brought 6 remaining Unbreakables to the blazing Sahara for their toughest ever challenge, the French Foreign Legion.
En avant, continue là! Hey, vas-y, pompe!
They've met the host from hell, lost their heads in scorching sand, and seen top dog Angus forced onto a drip to survive.
Sick as a dog, really.
They've disobeyed orders to keep an overnight lookout.
Just earned a pity for tomorrow morning.
And now, they're going to pay.
All sleep well?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Good spot. Let's do some exercises. Teamwork. En bas. En haut. 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 Hey, come on, guys. En bas. That is the middle position. You know what is that, the middle position? It's the position for relaxation, man. En haut. You're smiling. Good, excellent. En bas. Come on, guys. Still waiting. Aho!
Next, the Legion's own private brand of torture, the infamous Marche Canard, or Duck March.
Okay, it's like this, the march, kana. Okay?
The Marche Canard mimics stress positions used in interrogation techniques.
Come on, keep going!
Otherwise known as submission positions, they place tremendous weight on just 1 or 2 muscles, creating an intense pressure leading to pain and ultimately muscle failure.
Keep going, Davey.
It's a painful, humiliating process that Legionnaires have described as utterly soul-destroying.
Keep moving! Set up!
After 10 ducking minutes, the message is brutally clear. Follow orders and keep your mouth shut. And the Unbreakables are starting to understand, with one exception.
Can we fill up our water bottles, sir, anyway?
Did I ask question? No, did I tell you to say something?
Right.
Come on, Barney. Did I tell you to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, do some push-ups, guys. Thank you, Barnaby. You stay like you are.
It's a typical Legion tactic. Barnaby's punishment for speaking out of turn is to watch his comrades suffer.
Come on, let's go!
Thank you, Barnaby.
Thank you, Barnaby.
Thank you, Barnaby.
Are you happy, Barnaby?
Thank you, Barnaby.
No, sir.
Thank you, Barnaby. Thank you, Barnaby.
Do you think it's funny?
Thank you, Barnaby.
Stand up! You guys, when you see somebody's doing stupid stuff, it's you to tell them. If not, what is gonna happen? Everybody, exactly.
Barnaby's been in Hunoz's bad books since he first set foot in the desert. The rest of the group are losing patience with his refusal to follow orders.
How come we're all managing to get by in the same situation?
Because I think previously you didn't start off on the wrong foot.
It just needs to be quiet and, you know...
Yeah, no, mate, I seriously agree, but
common
I think
sense,
If you agree, there's no buts.
Barnaby's carrying out a dangerous exercise in stubbornness. But the Unbreakable's next trial will take Stubbornness to new levels.
Your next challenge is a race. You're each going to have a companion. That companion is master of the desert. Camels do not need humans out here.
Benedict walked for weeks through the Gobi Desert with just camels for company. He knows they're dangerous beasts.
It can kick in all 4 directions. It can knee you, so you've got to watch the knees. They've also got a pad underneath called a brisket. That is for crushing any creature that offends it. The only hope you've got is to give it the one thing it needs, which is leadership. You've got to show that you are in command and you are essentially the top camel.
Camels are vital to surviving desert terrain. The Unbreakables must master their beasts and race them for 10 miles in 100-degree heat. But they won't be riding them, they'll be dragging them.
Go! Go!
Anyone who fails to get their camel to the finishing line will be broken and sent home. As with most of their foot race challenges, endurance runner Barnaby immediately sets the pace at the front of the field.
Got 3 minutes doing what we need to be doing.
Barnaby's closest race rival is usually Angus.
But Camel ain't no racehorse.
But weakened by yesterday's heat exhaustion, the Great Scot is passed early in the race,
Come on.
leaving Carla and Matt to battle for second place.
Overtaking Matt, that's a first. Come on! 10 years older than you, Matt, you should be ashamed.
Hey, I'm blaming the camel. It won't fucking go. Let's go, come on!
Gloucestershire Man Mountain Matt is used to making an impact on the rugby pitch, but so far he hasn't threatened Angus and Barnaby to be top dog.
That's it, go on!
Previously I've been kind of getting frustrated that I've been, just plodding along in the middle of the field. I have come into the desert wanting to win stuff and wanting to be up there at the top.
And now in second place, Matt's pushing leader Barnaby all the way.
No way, mate.
I mean, it's really hard work. Damn camel just bloody dragging a camel.
Meanwhile, back at the starting line.
Come on. Come on. Come on, mate. Come on. Why are you doing this? What's the matter with you?
Dave passed Royal Navy training, but this ship of the desert is beyond his navigation skills.
Here's the deal. Come on. With me. Now, together we're going through this. Come on, you listening to me? Come on, you listening to me?
The boxer knows that age is a factor, and he's given up competing with younger rivals in endurance challenges.
I've come to realise, and it is a bit of a bitter pill to swallow, that I'm never going to compete physically with the younger guys. I mean, Barney's young enough to be my son.
But this is no endurance race. It's a test of innate leadership qualities. Dave won the Navy's leadership trial. This should be his moment to shine. But unless he can lead this camel, he'll be broken and sent home.
What are you doing this to me for?
But Barnaby's got his hands full too. His camel has gone berserk. An adult camel weighs over 80 stone. A stray hoof or a blow from its brisket can kill a man instantly, and the Unbreakable's health and safety expert is rightly concerned. Barnaby's faced killer snakes, gas attack, and lethal charges of TNT. He's been a front runner throughout. But if he can't complete the course, a simple, stubborn camel could end Barnaby's dream of being unbreakable.
Fucking camels.
But one man's misery is another's opportunity, and Barnaby's camel carry-on has finally given Matt a chance to take the lead.
It's good for me that Barney's camel's gone off. He's all the way over there now.
In an unfamiliar third place, Angus has little sympathy for his closest Unbreakable's rival.
Should have attached all the stuff a wee bit better. I don't think it would have happened.
For once, this is a race neither Angus nor Barnaby can win.
Well done, Matt. Keep going. Final push.
After 2 hours, Matt drags his camel over the finish line to win the challenge.
Well done, mate. Oh, yes! Good to see you in a winning position.
Thank you, yeah.
Fraser is close behind, followed by Angus and then Carla.
Dave and Barnaby, where are you?
2 miles back, Barnaby has finally managed to master a camel. But having fallen so far behind, even Dave has caught him up. The pair eventually limp over the finish line with their pride in tatters.
The beasts of the desert.
As I said at the beginning, these are the ultimate survival machines, and they will not be beaten by a man.
Really happy to nail the first place. You know, I want some of the other guys to see me as, you know, a competitor in the individual stuff rather than just that guy who's, he's pretty good, but we'll have him.
Take a deep breath, Matt. You're going to need it to stay in front. This sand dune is 200 metres of wicked, twisting incline. To the layman, it's stunning African scenery. To the Legion, it's the racetrack from hell.
You have each pair 1 gas mask.
The Unbreakables are split into 3 relay pairs. Fraser and Carla, Barney and Dave,
Hurry up!
and Matt and Angus. Running in gas masks will be unlike any race the Unbreakables have ever experienced. But Fraser sees this challenge as the perfect chance to move up the pecking order.
I think my running has really let me down. I'm hoping that's going to improve. And one of my little goals is just to tap Matt on the shoulder as I pass him, hopefully in the next running race.
Ironman Fraser is the kind of athlete who runs marathons. Straight after a 112-mile cycle race and a 2.5-mile swim.
I don't think age is an issue. I think age is just a number.
And he dreams of teaching younger athletes a lesson.
I won't struggle going up against competitors half my age because I have the right aptitude and fitness level to compete against them.
Go! Hurry up!
And Fraser's about to get the chance to prove it. Foreign Legion desert training covers every possible threat. The prospect of a gas or chemical attack is an all too real danger for Legionnaires in combat. Gas masks prevent inhalation of harmful substances. Unfortunately for the Unbreakables, they also restrict inhalation of essential substances, like oxygen. Add limited vision, a vicious incline, and a blistering, shifting sand dune, and this is the toughest race of their lives. Barnaby's endurance running is coming to the fore as he passes Angus on the downward slope. But everyone is feeling the pain. And at 41, David is feeling it more than most.
Fuck off. Hey, Fraser, hurry up!
But it's 44-year-old Fraser who's off the pace.
Carla did better time than you. Up and down. Hurry up! Hurry up! Let's go!
Fraser's goal is to teach younger athletes a lesson. But by lap 3, it's crisis point for the Iron Man in the mask. Far from realising his dream of overtaking Matt, Fraser's been lapped by everyone. Carla's worried their team is falling behind and can't hide her frustration.
Come on, Fraser!
12 years younger than her exhausted relay partner and primed by years of intense aerobic workout in the gym, Carla is loving every second of this challenge.
This is what I teach in my classes. Obviously not running up and down sand dunes, but it's interval work, which is short, sharp, boom, bam, 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 bam. So I really enjoy it. I really enjoy pushing my body to the max, and I gave it everything I've got.
Stop!
After 30 minutes of torture, the race is over. The Unbreakables can barely stand.
Okay, guys, the first ones. Barnaby with David. The second ones. Matt with Angus. And the third one, the last one, the losers, is you. Fraser. Even Carla made better time than you. Carla, good.
Fraser's a fiercely proud athlete, but he's on the ropes.
I'm 45 next month, so some of these guys are in their 20s and they are very, very fit. So in comparison, I might look a little bit slow.
It's a devastating blow as the Iron Man finally accepts the limitations of his age.
I think if there was a heart rate monitor on me,
I'd have maxed out on that.
But Fraser can take solace in the fact that his youngest rival found the race equally terrifying.
I think if we'd done that an hour earlier in the day, you'd have had a few possible heart attacks from that, I think. Honestly, I really think it would have been that bad. And if I run up this hill too much, I'm literally going to drop dead, and this isn't a place you want to do that.
Half an hour later, any physical evidence of their ordeal is buried. Night falls over Camp Unbreakables, and rebel Barnaby is taking the biggest risk of his life by mocking Hunor.
I think it's definitely right to be on the right side of a psycho. I mean, I think he's probably quite a nice psycho, but definitely a psycho.
Foreign Legion Lesson 1. Even if you do think your lieutenant is a psychopath, best to keep it to yourself, especially if he's prowling around in the dark, as Hunor is.
Excellent. Excellent. Pump, yes. Yeah, this is good. For your next challenge, take off your clothes. Take them off and put the mask on.
Remaining invisible at night is second nature to a legionnaire like Hunor.
And you guys?
Yes, sir.
You noticed me. You should supposed to see me.
What I expect from you guys is at least one to stay awake.
It looks like Barnaby got away with it. Only tomorrow will tell.
And I see you in the morning.
Okay.
Good. Have a good night then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, the smiles are sandblasted from their faces. There's a storm warning in the Sahara.
I'm afraid we had to stop you because you're bleeding.
It's the final day of the Unbreakable's Desert Challenge. Remarkably, they're all still standing.
I want one line here.
But perhaps not for long. The Foreign Legion boasts desert camps right across the globe, and legionnaires are trained to deal with any kind of assault, be it human or worse.
The most terrifying experience you can have in the desert is to find yourself caught in a sandstorm.
Benedict has experienced desert sandstorms firsthand. They can appear as a solid wall of dust a mile high, and being caught in one has been described by legionnaires as like drowning in sand.
Strip to your waist, please.
Even Benedict can't summon up a natural sandstorm, but he can create the next worst thing. With a 50-inch blade driven to 3,000 revs per minute, wind machines like this one are used by film studios to replicate desert storms. First to face the ordeal is Carla. Lengthy exposure to a sandstorm of this scale could prove fatal, so a cut-off point of 10 minutes has been set for each Unbreakable. However, if they fail to last for 3 minutes, they'll be broken. Carla has no idea how long she's been in the firing line. Signalling that she's had enough, she's dragged to safety.
After a few rounds, it really starts to sting. It's really sharp. You can't breathe. It's horrible, really horrible.
The question is, has she passed the 3-minute mark, or is she broken? Barnaby's next for a sandblasting, and he attempts to shield his face from the pain, but Hunor's having none of it. Having weathered the initial storm, the endurance runner resolutely refuses to buckle, and after 10 minutes, Benedict shows mercy. Barnaby's achieved the 10-minute maximum, and the fiercely competitive Unbreakables refuse to come up short. Over the next hour, each of the men survived 10 minutes in this simulated nightmare, until it's Angus's turn to be tortured. pushed to the brink by the desert, knocked from his perch as top dog, is determined to match his rivals. But barely breathing and with blood trickling from his nose, the skier is in terrible shape. Amazingly, he stands tall for a full 10 minutes before Benedict hauls him to safety.
Take him over there. You know, you've got blood coming out of your nose.
The 5 men lasted well beyond the 3-minute cut-off point, but has the Saharan sandblasting broken Carla?
The minimum time I wanted you to withstand the effect of that sandstorm was 3 minutes. Carla, you did 3 minutes 40. Well done, you got through it.
Well done, Carla.
The rest of you, congratulate yourselves, you got through it.
Carla held out for long enough. She's not been broken. After days of unyielding pressure in the Sahara, baked alive, buried alive, barely alive, 6 Unbreakables have somehow survived. The desert leg of their challenge is over, and Matt has emerged as the new alpha male.
Yes!
Good to see you in a winning position.
Thank you, yes.
But this is only the halfway mark. Next time on Unbreakables.
When we get bored, we make up crap for you to do.
In the clutches of the US Navy SEALs.
You're definitely breakable.
Angus and Fraser come to blows. David sinks to rock bottom, and Carla reaches breaking point.
I do not want to do it. I don't want to do it. And that is it.